welcome to the Royal Danish Ballet here at Kongens Nytorv in Copenhagen. My name is Gregory Dean and I'm a principal dancer with the Royal Danish Ballet. This morning we'll be streaming some of the class with the teacher Jean-Lucien Massot, who we affectionately call Lulu, and on the piano we have Bjarne Say. Enjoy. During the next half an hour, we will also be talking to principal dancer Caroline Baldwin about class and how it feels to be back in the studio after a lockdown. We'll be chatting to principal dancer Andreas Coates and Wilma Giglio about the new production of La Sylphide, which premiered last Saturday as well. Which is choreographed by myself, Gregory Dean, and also La Sylphide. And we have a premiere of Dance to Go coming up with many different pieces involved. So now we will talk to principal dancer Caroline Baldwin. I should just start by saying that the reason why we can touch each other is that we get tested once a week at the theatre for COVID, and that we are protected in that way.
Hi, I'm Caroline.
This is Caroline Baldwin. She's now American principal dancer with the company, and she's performing the title role of the Sylph in La Sylphide at the moment. So Caroline, morning class is a little bit different these days. Can you just tell us who is in class this morning?
Today in class is the principals and soloist class with a mixture of some dancers from the corps. We have 3 separate classes right now in the mornings to be safe with the COVID restrictions, and we're so fortunate and lucky to be able to take class right now with a live pianist because we've been training at home For the past 6-7 months, and we've had like little slices of linoleum in our kitchen and have been trying to make do with that. But now we're so fortunate to be able to do these classes, even though we have some restrictions with airing out every so often, and you know, with distance, we have everybody has a little, you can see on the marks in class, so no one's too close to each other. And so yeah.
How did it feel to get back into the studio after so long at home?
It was a little bit surreal. I think it was more of like being on a vacation, and then not a vacation, a very hard vacation, but then coming home. It's like coming home when you're at the bar. It's something that we do every day, so it becomes like a morning ritual, and it's just a lot easier when you have colleagues around you, and the live piano is amazing, and also not having to deal with, you know, internet connection when we've had like live stream classes. It's been a little hard with technology, even though technology has made it possible for so many things.
Class, these steps that we do, our pliés and our tendus and our rond de jambes, are something that we do from when we're a small child. How has your relationship with class changed over the years? How do you feel now?
I think when we start in the beginning, it's something that we have to learn, and it's something you have to master, and not that we're masters of it now, but now these steps are so familiar to our body that it becomes a sort of meditation and daily ritual, because you wake up every day, you do the same steps every morning, and it's kind of like me time where you can forget about everything and just focus on these very familiar steps that we do every day. So yeah, I think the relationship is more, like I said before, it's kind of like home when you get back to a ballet class. I always say, if you're traveling, well maybe not now, but usually if you're traveling around the world and you can't find home anywhere, it's hard to find maybe friends and people, you can always find home at a ballet class, because that's a universal thing that we all have in common.
It's very true. Thank you so much, Caroline, and I'll let you get back to your home at the bar. Thank you. talk to principal dancer Andreas Kurs and soloist Bournonville about La Sylphide. La Sylphide is choreographed by August Bournonville and premiered in 1836, but we have just been working on a new production which had its premiere last Saturday, and you guys had your premiere on Sunday. How did it go?
It went well.
We did it.
Yeah. And it was with new sets by Mia Steensgaard and Anja Weikraut, and it was instructed by Nikolai Huber. Now this is his third version of La Sylphide that he has set up for the company. How did you feel that this version was different in the way that he worked with you?
He was very, we were three couples for the main role, and he was it was a really great process because we got to be ourselves, and each couple, he brought something very unique of each of us, because it is a ballet that has a lot of history in this house, and the style of Bournonville is very precious as well to this house, but I think he respected each individual of us, and he brought what we could give the best to the show.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because Andreas, you grew up in this institution in the Royal Danish Ballet.
Yeah.
So you grew up watching La Sylphide and this iconic role of James that you kind of watched your whole childhood. How was it to finally get the chance to perform it on the Kongli stage?
It was so surreal. Because I remember the first time I actually met Nikolai, our director. It was in 2002 or 3 when he came to Copenhagen to set up his first version. And I remember I was one of the little kids in the actual Sylphide in the reel. So it's just so weird to have this moment almost 20 years later that I actually started ballet. I was like sitting in the chair, and the curtain went up, and my heart just went like, oh my God, now it's my turn. It's kind of like a legacy in a way, because you know all of these people like hanging around the house, and you did it for so many years. I mean, there's such a great history in it, and like Wilma said, we're all so unique, and I think August Bournonville's choreography and his story and narrative, and it gives that space for you to be individual.
And how do you feel that your James is different from all of the versions that have come before?
I think, personally, I feel like I'm maybe more soft in a way. I'm not so like
imposing.
I'm very myself in a way that I'm very not fragile, but I'm sensitive. And I think to be allowed to have that with me on stage for James helped me so much, and especially for you.
And Wilma, you grew up in Argentina, so you didn't grow up with all of this Bournonville technique.
It was quite new for me, and I mean I've been in the house for 6 years, and definitely you could tell the difference. I remember the first day in the studio when Nikolai was teaching the steps, and everybody kind of knew it, and like the movements came very natural, and I was like, okay, I have some work to do. So it was a little bit challenging at the beginning to get the musicality, because of course when you watch Sylphide for so many years, you naturally, I guess, you have the musicality since you are a kid. And so it was very challenging at the beginning, but then when I started rehearsing, and we have Sorella, Mia, and Nikolai coaching us, and they know the ballet so well, and they helped me a lot to
draw something out from
and to create the style, and at the end it's quite rewarding to, because you feel more part of this house. I think that's very special.
And why do you feel that, obviously La Sylphide is a ballet that's hundreds of years old, why do you think that it's still important to be doing this ballet today? What can it say to a modern public, a modern audience?
I think from my point of view is society the last years has been questioning a lot of things, with Me Too, with sexism, with like recycling, I don't know, different things that we've been questioning. And I think in La Sylphide it gives a very important message to me that for me the sylph represents freedom and a dream, and James has his whole life planned, but he decides to go for that dream.
And it's a great life that he has planned.
Exactly, he has a great life, but he decides to follow this dream, this freedom that is the sylph. And in this story, of course, the end is tragic, but in between when he goes follows the dreams, I think he's the happiest man.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big question, is it worth it to you to go follow and like be your fullest happy? And yeah, maybe it won't be a great ending, but
Yeah. At least you tried.
you try.
Yeah.
It's true.
But I mean, is it worth it, those minutes of happiness to you?
Yeah.
Or
True.
do you prefer to just not risk anything and just have everything how it's supposed to be?
It's a very deep message. It's
I
true.
think so.
It's
That was
true.
so well said. Oh my god.
I was thinking maybe we could go over to the costumes and just have a look at them. So as I said, the costumes were designed by Mia Stensgaard and Anja Weikau. And so this is your costume. And we can see, I don't know if we can turn around, at the back we have our little wings. And there's always a thing in the sylphide. At the end, her wings have to fall off, and it's always a bit of a hairy moment because the mechanism
Yeah.
it doesn't always work.
No, sometimes it gets stuck and you're supposed to, I mean, it has to work
Yeah,
because
the
it
wa-
depends the story out of it.
The wings fall off at the end.
Yeah.
Did it work on Sunday?
It worked.
Okay.
It
We're
worked.
very
It's
happy.
funny because they have hooks. I don't know if we can see here.
Yeah.
But the whole ballet when I'm dancing is hooked, so they won't come off. And then on my last entrance, I need to remember to unhook them. Usually there is a person there
so
to
they can be
unhook it for
removed.
you.
Yeah.
And then when I go on stage, I pull.
There's a string.
So from these pearls, I get to pull one of them, and when I pull that pearl,
The wing falls
comes
off.
off.
Yeah.
Yes, one by one. Yes.
And also here you can see there's more nature involved than there has been before, no?
Yeah.
Flowers and all of this kind of stuff,
Yeah,
which
I
is
think
really
the sylph in
interesting.
this version represents more she's being nature.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And for you, Andreas? How is it for you to dance in a kilt? Because they're quite heavy, aren't they?
Yeah, and actually what's really special about this kilt is that it's very true to like a natural, like the real deal kind of kilt.
Yeah.
And it's so beautifully made, but it also means there's so many like meters of fabric that we're not used to. I mean, I know the girls are used to, you know, these huge dresses, and we're used to like very simple, like a jacket,
Some
and
tights and a
yeah.
jacket.
So in that way, it gives a different.
Impetus as you're turning
Yeah,
around.
yeah, especially for the double swords and
Yeah.
everything.
But actually the tailors were on a special trip to Scotland to
Yeah.
learn how to make kilts and
Yeah.
also how to get a new way of making kilts in order to take some of the fabric out,
yeah.
in order to make them a little bit lighter. So these are definitely version 2020 in that they are a lighter version of the kilt in order to make it easier for you guys to be doing all your double tours and your big leaps and all of that stuff.
Yeah, they told me actually they took 1.5 meters out of the original kilt, which I was very happy about.
Yeah, of course.
But
of course.
I mean, it still has that weight, and I think that's important too for the variations and all of this. That it also has that.
Yeah, that feeling, the feeling of being real.
And then the color and everything, it just like matches the whole set. And it's quite beautiful.
Wonderful.
Very excited to be in it. And
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Go back to your class.
Back to warm up.
Yeah, go. So I just want to add that the new version of La Sylphide will be streaming on our KGL Extra, so on the 25th, from the 25th of November. So that's www.kgltheater, which is spelled teater.dk/KGL XTRA, so KGL Extra. And on there you can find Napoli, there's been a Pixie ballet that we also have on there for children, and there's also some operas that are being shown on that live streaming. So you can find lots of things there. And enjoy the rest of the class. Thank you.
Single and double one, you close, you finish P, you cook,
So once again, thank you so much for joining us here in Copenhagen. It's a little bit of a rainy day, but thank you for being with us this morning for our morning class and meeting our principal dancers who have talked about La Sylphide. Enjoy the rest of your day, wishing you lots of health and happiness for the coming future. Thank you.